We are good to go. We're a minute early, but that's okay.
Okay. Rightio, so I'll kick off then.
Beautiful.
Okay, attendees yet. G'day everybody and welcome to Be Connected here today for this orientation on how to set up your live events. And today, Joanne Brooks, who is a seasoned thought leader with over 2 decades of entrepreneurial expertise, is our host today. Joanne has try again. You said my voice was sounding a bit rough before and that, so my brain's going with it as well. So I'll just start that again. Welcome everybody to today's orientation with Joanne Brooks, who is a seasoned thought leader with over 2 decades of entrepreneurial expertise. Joanne has owned and managed 16 companies over 10 diverse industries, one of which she built to be $30 million turnover in 24 hours. She specializes in building education for female leaders. And in the last 3 years with her online programs and mentorship, she has reached over 10,000 business owners with over 1,000 webinars and podcasts. She's a published co-author of How to Be a 6-Star Business and was awarded the Women's Network Australia Award, the Women's Impact Award for 2023. So today we know that we're in great hands. Over to you, Joanne.
Oh, thanks, Alan. It's always great to have you here. Thank you. So this is, again, another one of these really short, sharp, snappy tutorials. So let's just quickly cover what we've covered so far. And I'm doing a post that I'll put into Be Connected a little bit later. The intent of these tutorials is not necessarily, you probably should follow them sequentially, but I've set them up so that they can be done in isolation or out of order. So there may be people watching this one today, and then we'll go back to the profile one a later time. That's okay. The priority is with your Be Connected platform or profile is to have your platform. Oh my goodness, my brain's not working either. Is to have your profile sorted first, because otherwise people can't find you. And that's really important, right? You need to be visible to the people who are also using Be Connected. And we know, Alan, that there's going to be a tidal wave of people coming into this platform in the coming weeks that will not stop, and in fact will escalate to even bigger and bigger waves of people coming in. So the sooner you have your profile set up, the quicker you can take advantage of that volume of people coming into the community of Be Connected. So today we're going to cover how to set up your live event. Guess what? This is a live event. So what you're seeing here, I'm going to show you how I went about pulling this together. So you are in the right place. If you're a user and you don't know how to set up a live event, you're really a bit worried about webinars and events that don't convert, you don't necessarily stand out, or you would like to stand out more in the Be Connected community. If you're a free account and you're not sure what a subscription will give you, your own events and groups, etc., is one of those definite compelling reasons why you would move forward with being able to do events and live events. And maybe you've set it up, you're not sure if it's quite cuts the mustard. So what's the expectations of today? We're going to set up your live event. We're going to use some of the secrets share of crafting an impactful event. I'm going to give you some tools, and you can pick mine and Alan's brains, and you can do that live, or you can do that through the recording. So let's jump in to what a live event means for you to, what it takes for you to pull it together. So let's look at the steps. And I'm going to go through these bit by bit. Of course, you need to name it. You need to understand, you need to have a thought process about, you do need to do some thinking first. What are you going to call it? When are you going to deliver it? What's the description, the compelling description to capture people's attention? What collateral do you need? What slides, if you will, what imagery do you need? What call to actions do you need? All those sort of things need to be put in place, just like any event you might do. So not asking you to do anything that's unusual. You just got to work out, well, maybe you've done webinars before and you're used to all those other platforms that you currently use. and you've just got to apply that to here. So let's go in and have a look. So there are some step pieces, and I'm going to share my screen and go into a couple of different places live for you so you can see where I mean. So I've set up these slides so that you could take a screenshot should you choose to, so that you can remember the steps. But of course, we're recording this, so you'll be fine to replay and stop and pause as you follow these steps. So the first thing is you need to log into the back end of the platform. We're all familiar with the diamond menus up the items up the top. So it's the third from the left is you go into events and my shows, and then you create an event. So you can see the little hands pointing to the various areas that you need to go to navigate to creating an event. Fairly simple so far. It's just finding the spot where you do it. This is what the pages look like. And I've put some bigger text in here so you can really see precisely what you need to pull in place. So as I mentioned, you need to have some things prepared. So what is the imagery that you need? And it's the same size, the profile image as the button images. They're all the same size. So great news, you can use the same sort of templates to design the profile image for your event. And you can see on my left-hand side, I was getting my hands wrong, left-hand side, there's a button at the top one, which is the current one coming up. I definitely should have changed that. But that's that same image that I've used for this event that I created for this particular piece. So you need to know the title, connect it to your group. So bear in mind, if you are wanting to do live events, you need to move from a free subscription to a paid subscription. So bear that in mind. And it's okay if you're free now. Hopefully you'll be seeing the benefit of being able to upgrade your subscription to dive into these type of events, because the great news is everybody on Be Connected will see the event is coming up. Anybody can register unless you make them private when that time comes, that feature is enabled. But this is the extra piece that you get when you upgrade your subscription. So let's just, did you create that image on Canva? I surely did. I live and breathe, Brad and Cheryl, I live and breathe in Canva, and I'm going to show you the previous tutorials I've done have been in, I've shown you how to do that. So you need to have connected to your group. Event category, is it it's specific to the industry in which you work and why you're doing this webinar. Event date and time, pretty simple. Please make sure you do put your time zone in, super important. I'm in Queensland, Brisbane, which is different pretty much to every state in Australia, and obviously very different to overseas. Put your event description in, 1,000 characters. Do take some time with that. I use ChatGPT to do that. I come up with the concept of what I'm to cover. I use ChatGPT, and I'll do another tutorial working with ChatGPT. It's not for today, but I use that endlessly to help me improve my wording, how I speak about things. And so it helps me to craft a really compelling description of what the event is about. So when we go down the slide, so we've just scrolled down the screen, and I will jump into this part of the Be Connected platform. I just want to show you these pieces first. So you don't need to do anything. Some of these fields default automatically, and that's great. So it's a live event. You don't need to do anything about the replay link at this point. We'll cover that later. So you can see where's some areas that you don't need to worry about. You do need to change the status from pending to publish. Please don't forget to do that, because if it sits in pending, no one will know it's on. And then you might only think of it when you get there. Do think about, though, when you want to publish, and for want of a better word, letting everybody know that when your event is going to be on and when you would like to start talking about it. I generally promote, I'm talking about the publish start date. So this is a date everybody in Be Connected will know there's an event coming. I like to do it a number of days prior to the event, and it is up to you how long you want your replay to sit there. Some people go, I'm just going to leave it there for a week. Other people might go, I'm going to leave it there for a month, 6 months, whatever. You decide how long you want it to be visible post the live event. So these are the two Like, it's follow your nose. It's just you hit your tab button, you go from one spot to another. Nothing too tricky here, I don't feel. But I just wanted to be really clear with you what you need to do in this spot. You do need to think about your event image. As I said, I use one of the people, Brad and Cheryl is on here. Thank you for jumping in. Yes, I use Canva to do that. The great news is if you look at my buttons on the left-hand side, I've left there, I always get it wrong, bottom right-hand corner, left-hand corner, join, says join Joe's group. I have clearly not set this up properly. I'm only human, but that button will actually take you to the Canva link. Let me check that that is the case, because I don't want to see. Yes, it does. I've just got the wording wrong on the button. That is the Canva template. So Brad and Cheryl, if you're jumping in, you can click on that button and you can grab my template to create images for Be Connected. They're the right size and all that sort of stuff. And there's some cool things in there. So you do need to think about, what do I want to make? What does the image look like for the event that you're going to create? Now, clearly this is a Be Connected one, so it's very branded Be Connected. It's pretty simple, but it's for you to decide what is the image that's going to capture, and think of it as this is another way to capture people's attention. It's not just the words, it's the image. And it's because people will see it on the Be Connected platform as you promote it. So it's super important that you think about that. Also think about, what are the buttons you want on the left-hand side? Now, the good news, on Thursday, I'm going to spend a lot of time showing you how to work with widgets and all those sort of things and images and stuff playing in Canva. So I'm going to show you that. But these call to actions are very important. And I want to point out something that a lot of people may not have realized. We, as subscribers to Be Connected, have profile buttons when we have a meeting, but you can have different buttons when you have an event. So do make sure that you update, you put in the effort to fix the buttons for the event. I'm going to show you in a sec where that is. So you can see, for me, I'm showing you what an event might have looked like for one of my events that I did on this slide here. And then you can see what my profile looks like. So when you set them up in the event, they don't interrupt your profile, your meeting buttons. They're quite separate. And a lot of people don't necessarily remember that or realize that. So you actually have the opportunity to create buttons specific to the event, which is really good. And you can choose to have 1, 2, or 3, depending on your subscription. You don't have to show them all. You might go, I'm happy with one button for this event, which is my main point of call to action. And you can put it in either one of those spots. So that's a really cool thing. You don't do it in your profile, you do it in the event. So,
if I may, Joanne, I think that's really brilliant from the point of view that you can set up a whole bunch of lives that you're going to do. Every one of them can be set up differently to each other. And at the same time, when you go straight from your meeting room, which looks in one way, and you go to the live, everything changes, and you go back to your meeting room, and it's exactly the same as your meeting room was set up in the first place.
Yeah. It is. It's something that actually I didn't feel was spoken about enough. And it was only when I went into my event and went, oh, light bulb moment, I can actually change my button specifically to the event. Now, let me share something that I've shared this a few times. I know I've heard it a number of times. When I was talking, this was going to a meeting, but I did an event, I could completely change the branding of my business, of this live screen, because I was representing a different company. And so that made it really easy, because the meeting was set up as me, as Navigate Joanne Brooks. Here it's set up as Be Connected, etc. So it's a subtle thing, but it was a real light bulb moment for me a number of months ago, and I think it's just really brilliant that we can do that. Now I'm just going to quickly check I'm going to go into I'm going to share my screen, so bear with me 2 seconds. I'm going to jump into where we set up the events, and I've got one ready, but I've already prepared previously. So trusting you can see this. So this is This is Thursdays that I've set up. So with the game, you can see I've put an image in. So it's normal process. You create it, download it out of your software, save it on your computer, upload it. So I've got a pretty good, a nice title, the date, which is next Thursday, it's 7:30 Brisbane time. I've put a description of it on. I've got 440 characters left, but I'm happy with the length of that, right? I haven't had to do anything here other than make published and put in the times that I'm happy for this to be advertised or made available for people to see on Be Connected, and when I wanted to turn off Be Connected. And then you can see scrolling down, I now have I've got different buttons for this event, because the next one after that will be how to write a really brilliant post. It's going to be one here about connecting and working with me. And I've left the tools, the link here again, and I hit save. That's the event page. I hope it's not fast for you. So these things are really simple, trusting that, it's really similar to the other events that I do on other platforms. It's just paying some attention to the words that you use, the description, and really, for me, really being mindful when you're going to make it available for people to see it, when you're going to turn it off from being available to replay on the platform. So trying to make life a little bit simpler for you and set up an event. Is there a limited number of events you create for later use? No, I have a whole bunch of events sitting in there that are not published. When I've got some space, I trust this is what I'm answering your question,